Good evening and thanks for joining us for KREM 2 News at 6. I'm Amanda Roldy. Protesters are into their 6th day of camping outside Spokane City Hall. But on Tuesday, the city's code enforcement department gave the protesters a deadline to get their belongings off the property. As our Ian Smay reports tonight, it doesn't mean the group will have to stop their protest.
People have been protesting the city of Spokane's available shelter space by camping in tents outside of City Hall since last Thursday. But tomorrow morning, a week after the protest started, is the city's deadline for them to have their belongings off the property.
9:54 tomorrow morning marks the deadline for those protesting outside of Spokane City Hall in tents to get their belongings off the property. This comes after Spokane code enforcement issued a 48-hour notice to vacate. According to city spokesperson Brian Coddington, the notice to vacate came amid health concerns.
The communication that's been made with those who are out front is related to growing health and safety concerns and considerations, both for sanitation and garbage issues, but also for the communicable diseases, so COVID, but other communicable diseases.
Code enforcement will throw out any garbage left behind, and anyone leaving personal belongings after the deadline could have code enforcement store their property. Coddington says those with property being held by code enforcement will be able to retrieve it for free. The purpose of the protest is to bring awareness to the city's available shelter space. Coddington says the city has added beds through additional shelter space as well as renting out hotel rooms, but those protesting contend it's not enough. According to Coddington, they can still protest outside City Hall after tomorrow morning's deadline, but they won't be able to have their belongings such as tents on the property. They also will have to make plans for where they will be staying.
I'm moving with Jules to a new location right now, and most of them are staying, certain ones are staying behind to finish the protest here. And so we're going to move to a different location to do another one there.
According to Coddington, there were 104 total beds available today, with 92 of those being low barrier beds and 36 being for young adults. 20 were available for households or women with children. 39 were low barrier beds for men, while there were no low barrier beds for women without children. Coddington also says there's more bed space in the works.
Mayor Woodward proposed a new low barrier shelter outside of the downtown core. And in that budget was funding for that, and the council did approve that as part of the budget on Monday. So that is something that's coming to us in the next year.
A similar protest with people setting up tents outside City Hall happened in December 2018. Police and city crews cleared that protest after a similar vacate order, and 2 people were arrested for obstructing a law enforcement officer after refusing to follow orders. In Spokane, Ian Smay, KREM 2 News.
The evidence of Washington's homeless crisis isn't just apparent here in Spokane, but across the entire state. Now, the governor is proposing hundreds of millions of dollars to try and fix the problem. Governor Jay Inslees proposed spending another $800 million in the next legislative session on various services. They include mental health resources, rapidly create tiny home villages, and buying more hotels. His proposal seeks to keep even more people from falling into homelessness statewide.
This is not just about the homeless, it's about people whose rents are going through the roof and will soon be homeless because the rents are going through the roof. The rents are going through the roof because we don't have enough houses for people who are moving to the state of Washington, and so rents are skyrocketing.
The governor's proposal looks to build on nearly $2 billion of state and federal money that was approved earlier this year. As of January 2020, there were approximately 23,000 people in Washington experiencing homelessness. And as of October, more than 80,000 Washington households were likely facing eviction or foreclosure, according to the governor's office. Switching gears now to weather. Looks like things are going to be shaking it up here in the inland northwest. Meteorologist Michelle Boss joins us now. Michelle, we have the potential for some more snow tomorrow. Is that right?
Yeah, you mentioned shaking, probably because it's pretty chilly out there.
Yes, right. The shivering.
Yeah, we barely made it above freezing today. 33 was as warm as we got in Spokane, and it's even colder out there right now as we take a look at temperatures across the region. 29 in Spokane, 26 in Deer Park, mid-20s in Coeur d'Alene, below freezing in Moses Lake. And actually, now that I'm looking across the map, everybody is below freezing right now. So cold temperatures ahead of a little bit of light snow. Things are pretty clear out there right now, but if you look to our southwest, you can see some light snow showers. It looks like pushing through the Tri-Cities area in Pendleton, and that is on the way here for the overnight hours and through tomorrow. We do have a couple of winter weather advisories across northwest Montana, Orofino and Grangeville area, and also the Blues. You can see the snow amounts there through Friday. Looking at the snowfall estimates tonight through tomorrow, it's going to be a light event even up in the higher elevations. Look out past Pass, looking at 2 to 3 inches, a couple of inches over the Cascades, and 1, maybe 2 fluffy inches here in Spokane by the time it's all said and done. Next 12 hours show quiet conditions this evening, increasing clouds tonight, and some snow just in time for your morning commute. Should be pretty light tomorrow morning. Additional snow showers throughout the day. Dry and chilly on Friday, down to 17, and then more snow possibly mixed with rain on Saturday.
Thank you, Michelle. New details tonight reveal what led a Spokane Valley deputy to shoot and kill a man last week. According to the Spokane Police Department, the man who was killed robbed a nearby home before the shooting. Police say he also stole 2 rifles from the house. The medical examiner identified the man who was shot as 43-year-old Michael Lee Digman. Now, Digman had multiple active warrants at the time of the shooting for burglary and other charges. No other information has been released regarding what happened before the shots were fired. However, SPD says the 2 rifles were in close proximity to the location of the shooting. An employee at a Moses Lake construction site allegedly attached a derogatory word on a Joe Biden flag. The flags were removed as soon as the company was notified about them. The construction company called the flags unwarranted, and they called the employee's actions an unacceptable political stance. The company is building a new high school for the Moses Lake School District. And just in time for the holiday travel rush, a new airline is launching service from Spokane and Reno, Nevada. The first flight took off this afternoon. AHA will fly to Spokane International Airport 3 times a week. Well, it's Creme Cares Christmas at the Mac tonight, where Creme 2 and the Museum of Arts and Culture are handing out a free Christmas book and the famous Campbell House sugar cookies. It's a cold night, but everyone is safely tucked into their cars. We're going to check in with Laura Papetti tonight. Laura, how have the festivities been looking tonight?
Oh my gosh, it was such a perfect night. Beautiful lights here at the Campbell House. I'm standing in front of course, the historic building on the Museum of Arts and Culture campus. And it was sort of that perfect storm of everything. Everybody was in a great mood, Christmas spirit. We were giving away a beautifully illustrated Christmas book for kids, for the family to enjoy together, and then some of the great sugar cookies that are famous here at the Campbell House. So overall, a spectacular evening. So we, first of all, want to say thank you to the Museum of Arts and Culture. What a great group. They had volunteers out going curbside so everyone could be safe and drive by and keep to schedules and bring the kids. So they had people running out to the curb and giving out the books and the cookies. We just did a quick count. We gave away just about all of the books, about 500 total, and the few books that are left over will be going to some local schools. And we really don't have that many. And again, gave out thousands of cookies. So it was perfect. And we want to thank everyone who attended as well. We know in the beginning the line was very, very long. So thanks for the patience of everyone here in Brown's Edition, basically shutting down traffic here in front of the museum. But it went along smoothly, and like we said, the energy was so great. We had kids and families saying Merry Christmas and waving. Everybody really enjoying the lights here at the Museum of Arts and Culture. Of course, we call it the MAC. Just a reminder, as we head into the big weekend before Christmas break for many kids next week, they have a holiday program here at the Museum of Arts and Culture and the Campbell House. And so you can go to their website, check that out. You can also get a take-home kit with some crafts in it and some of the sugar cookie dough to bake. So those are available as well for purchase. So if you go to the Museum of Arts and Culture website, you can check out what's available as we continue celebrating the holidays. So for now, reporting live from Brown's Edition, Laura Papetti, Creme 2 News.
Thanks so much, Laura. Yeah, if you want a little bit more information on that, if you're staying at home this season or it's more comfortable and works better for your family, as she mentioned, there's those holiday kits that you can pick up from Campbell House. Now, they are available for pickup so your family can enjoy a bit of holiday magic. Now, that kit includes supplies to make a holiday wreath and some of those famous Campbell House cookies. You can also connect virtually with the Campbell House cook to make your cookies at home. Now, we know Omicron is in Washington, but is it in eastern Washington? With cases only being reported in western Washington so far, what is being done here to track its spread? Plus, a little later in the show, following the case of a missing Western Washington 5-year-old who hasn't been seen for almost a year. Now, advocates are pushing for new laws to protect children in our state.